Hey everybody, it's your boy Adam back with another FATtoCHUBBY. It's the Chubception. So hey, just real quick, I wanted to talk to everyone. I guess it's another Monday video because we start everything on Mondays, right? Today I want to talk about mental gymnastics, or what I'm calling mento sumo, because the whole gymnastics piece really kind of that ship sailed like way long ago. So what I want to kind of just touch on is kind of, or I should say build on, is from last week's video about the kind of the mental aspects of the game, and bring like two quick things for you that really helped me along the journey. So I guess starting quickly again to remind everyone, you didn't get fat overnight, right? You won't lose weight overnight. It's a process. It takes time. You have to be the tortoise and not the hare in this whole thing. So don't think that you're gonna just make 2 or 3 quick changes and then 2 weeks from now you're gonna be looking great with a shirt off at the beach. I mean, I still don't. I mean, I don't care because I'm fat and proud, or chubby and proud, I should say now. But at the same time, just keep in mind that it is a journey. And with this journey, you really need to kind of have some introspection to yourself and really think about what you're good at, and then lean into that. I mean, when you know you're good at something, you lean into it, you're going to build confidence in that area even more so. And that confidence is really going to play into those other areas that you're not confident about with your journey, right? So for me, it's I break it down into 3 things, right? It's the workout, the diet, and the mental game. So for me, working out, super easy. I love working out. Love the endorphins you get. I love the way you feel afterwards. I love the good sweat you get from working out. Yeah, and for me, I've really, during this process, replaced a lot of the good feelings I get from food, the bad foods that were, if I was eating my feelings or whatever it might be. I've replaced a lot of those feelings mentally with the endorphin, that rush, that natural high you get from working out. So for me, again, working out's really easy. I love it. Other people, this might be the hardest part for you, is the working out part, like getting up and moving, getting up and finding the motivation to move. So that's just me. So working out's easy. The diet was a hard thing for me. Understanding what food was, understanding how food affects your body, understanding, just really what food is. I mean, like for me, it made me feel good. Things taste good. It makes me feel good. I'm done. But really, you have to change your mental attitude for food being fuel, especially for the first 3 to 4 months you're in this journey. You have to look at it just purely as it fueling your body, and how much efficiency do you want out of your body. So when you do that, when you start looking more into proteins and vegetables and all the things you can eat, it really is going to help you out for long term to change the mental attitude towards food. But it's still a struggle every day. I mean, half the time I'm like, well, if I work my ass off right now, then I can have a donut later. And I try to have just 1 or 2, and not 10 like I used to, or 6 like I used to. But trust me, I can still pound some donuts like the best of them. But the third thing is keeping that mental edge and that winning attitude. And a lot of times that is really hard for me. But I've kind of figured out some ways to get my competitive advantage on that one, and really kind of unlock some secrets about myself. So, how do you do that? How do you keep that mental edge? How do you keep that winning attitude? And how do you reinforce that with positive anything, right? So, what I figured out is that, okay, let's break this down to 2 things, right? One's mental and one's a physical act. So the physical act is really easy. Whenever I get down about my weight or my journey, I think about how much weight I've lost, and I find something that's the equivalent to that, and then I want to go pick it up, right? So for me, it's 80 pounds, right? I've lost 80 pounds, and what is 80 pounds equal? Well, that's 2 5-gallon buckets full of water. Or you can go to a hardware store and pick up a 5-gallon bucket of paint, right? 2 of those. I mean, I was walking around all time with 2 of those. Other things at 80 pounds, my bulldog Gus, a black baby rhino, 52 large dozen eggs, or 2 Benjamin, right? So 2, every time I pick up Ben, I carry him around. I have to remind myself that 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, I was carrying around 2 Benjamin with me at all times, right? So, whenever you pick that up and walk around for a little bit and put it down, you're going to feel like, oh my God, this is great. I feel so much better. My body feels better. Everything feels lighter. And you have to remember, you just kind of have to remind yourself how far you've come and just really focus on that. It's like, I have done a lot in my journey. I've done a ton. This is where I'm at. I just need to continue to build and continue to build. So I think that's just a really good, easy, quick exercise to do. You know, if you want to lose 20 pounds, right? Go and pick up a dumbbell. Get a 20-pound dumbbell, 20-pound kettlebell, and carry it around with you, and then put it down. And then when you feel that much lightness leaving your body, when you put it down, it'll be a quick reminder. It's like, okay, let's get up and move. Let's get up and work out to do that. The second piece is the mental edge, right? So you really have to get rid of all the internal negative speak, right? Remove the can'ts, remove the won'ts, remove it from your vocabulary, or, you know, lexicon if you want to be a smarty pants about it, and really just focus on that mental inner dialogue, right? So I know we've all seen Stuart Smalley. I think that's him from SNL. You know, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. But ironic as it is, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're very positive with yourself in the mirror, it's going to work, and you've got to do it over and over, right? So it goes back to the video from last week. It's fat Adam versus fit Adam, right? When I get down, I'll be like, dude, you've kicked so much ass. You were a badass. Now get up and go ride that bike, or get up and go lift those weights. So once you've removed all that negative speak, you know, you start finding things like that can't, never, could, and stuff like that you laughed at as a kid, or you hear it and it sounds like some stupid phrase, but it's the truth, right? If it can't, never, could. So one thing I did want to share with y'all, and I do have a little audio visual or a visual element here. It's the can, can't, will, won't matrix, right? So I got to give props to the Bald Wonder for this one. So big ups to you, Matt. He showed me this one time during a training to kind of quickly assess your talent. And for me, I've now applied this to different areas of my life. So it's really basic. You know, if you will and you can, fantastic. There you are. Big old check mark, right? You can, you will, get off your ass, go do something. You know, put down the donuts, pick up some fruits and veggies, right? On the opposite of that, if you can't and you won't, well, then, I mean, that's a bad place to be in, right? So if you can't and you won't, that might be, you know, someone, if they're in their journey and they can't and they won't, they're in that downward spiral, then that's when it's time to see a medical expert and maybe think about weight loss surgery and talk to a psychiatrist and get your head into a better mind space. But the other two are kind of the wild cards. Again, I learn my things this way. So if you can and you won't, well, that's just you being a stubborn ass, right? So if you can do all those things, if you can get up and move, if you can change your diet, but you won't, then that's on you. That's on you. I mean, you are your own worst enemy at that point. And I've been there before. And that, you know, maybe one of those things where you haven't hit rock bottom yet. You haven't gotten the right motivation to get things in a better mind state. But you need to get that out. If you can and you won't, man, you just need to get off your ass and do it and embrace that. On the flip side of that, if you have the will and the can't, oh shit, wrong side again. Will and can't, well, that's different. You know, if you want to do it, but physically you can't, then okay, let's talk about that, right? So if there's a situation where if you can do it, but you can't, maybe you can't afford better foods, well, there's better alternatives than the crap you're eating that's low dollar, and we can figure that out together. Just shoot me a DM or whatever. But if you can, and I'm sorry, you're still in will and can't. If you will do it and can't, I mean, maybe that's the point. Like for me, like you can't get off the couch. It's kind of hard to do that. Then you have to look at other exercises you can do from the couch until you lose enough weight where your knees and your hips will thank you for that. But the whole point of it is that you have to look at yourself, and you have to have that personal accountability to make those changes, and just take one day and change one thing, right? Or, you know, if you want to work out but you're too big and it hurts, well, think about getting off the couch, right? So every time you get off the couch, get up, sit back down, and get up again. So it's an extra rep you did then. And maybe do that 5 times before you go to the bathroom or before you get something else to drink. But look for those easy fixes first and replace those bad habits with good habits. And then slowly and surely it'll start snowballing. And once it starts snowballing and the fat starts melting off, well, then you get super motivated and you just want to keep on pushing. So that's kind of it for today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Hopefully someone gets something out of this one. Remember, you are the magic pill. There's nothing out there that is going to help you do this for you, right? There's no snake oil that I can sell you that's going to help you on this journey. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you to make the right choices. It's up to you to get up and move. That's all I got. Well, I guess I'm out. Fat and chubby. Fat to chubby, not just fat and chubby. So there's that. Take care.